more, we're joined by our senior insider, Shams Charania. And Shams, moments ago, you reported that there is a difference between the way the franchise wants to handle the rest of Giannis Antetokounmpo's season and the way that he sees fit. What more can you tell us?
Malika, once again, the Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis Antetokounmpo are in disagreement about where his future is at. Right now, it's about his playing status. And the Milwaukee Bucks, sources tell me, want Giannis to shut down for the remainder of the season with his latest injury, the hyperextension in his knee that he suffered the other day. That's his fifth injury of the year. He's had a groin injury, 2 calf strains, an ankle injury. Now this, they want him not to play the rest of the year. They have tried for him to shut down. Giannis, though, has refused them wanting to shut him down. He has made it clear to John Horst, the Bucks general manager, and the Bucks staff that he will not shut himself down, that he intends to return to play this season. He has been adamant in the last 24 hours. I don't care if the Bucks are going to try to shut me down. I am playing the rest at some point the rest of this season. And so this is just another one of the situations. We know what happened at the deadline. We know what happened in the offseason when there were trade conversations, and Giannis informed the Bucks that he believed it was time to move on. But right now, this is a Bucks team whose playoff odds are significantly dwindled as the last several weeks of the season go on. But Giannis and the Bucks in disagreement about how the next few weeks should play out.
Okay, so Giannis and the Bucks, Giannis is saying that he wants to come back and he wants to play this season, and the Milwaukee Bucks are saying our preference would be to shut you down. Once again, not on the same page here. Shams, thank you very much for that insight. As we bring it back inside our Los Angeles studio, the Bucks, Perk, they are 2-9 over their last 11 games. How should Milwaukee handle his availability?
You know what I really would encourage Giannis to go watch Kevin Garnett's speech when he got inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Right? And Kevin Garnett said, my biggest regret was not getting out of Minnesota and getting to Boston sooner. Why do I bring that up? You know what was the breaking point for Kevin Garnett and the Minnesota Timberwolves? When they asked Kevin Garnett to do the exact same thing. Do I feel bad for Giannis Antetokounmpo? Hell no. You made this bed. Lay in it. You knew what was coming up. You knew that this team was on the verge of quote-unquote tanking. You know that they were tanking and it wasn't going anywhere. You didn't put your foot down and demand what you wanted to demand and stand on business and say you wanted out of there at the trade deadline. You wasn't loud about it. You wanted to be the nice guy. Being the nice guy in 2026, that don't cut the mustard.
So normally I am 100% a proponent of if players want to play, they should play. Mm-hmm. But when you look at the standings, I don't know if we have it so everyone can see it, but Milwaukee is 28-40 so far.
Yeah, they're 6.5 back.
Yeah, 6.5 games back.
That season over.
Now, they have 14 or so games left, and he's played 36 games, which I'm just guessing off the top of my head, that's probably a career low. On top of having multiple instances the last few years where injuries have popped up here or there that have impacted his future, not just necessarily when it comes to years to come with the Bucks, but also his legacy when it comes to the postseason. He just has not been healthy consistently. Sometimes you have to protect the athlete from themselves, and with literal no room to potentially make it into the play-in, nursing an injury and fighting to come back, I don't see a circumstance where this benefits him.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, where you got to sort of save the athlete from himself in this instant, because we all know Giannis wants to play. But that's where also I have to agree with Big Perk over here, because you knew this was going to happen. Like, we knew it was going to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
They're tied with the
Just take
Bulls.
the bad guy role for a second, be the villain. Everybody forgets about it when you go over there and keep winning. It's an uncomfortable situation for Giannis to be in. I'm not like Perk in saying that I don't feel sorry for him. I do feel sorry for him, Perk. He give me everything I want to see when he's out there and healthy. He give me everything I want to see. He play hard. He go at people. I love the man and how he plays. It's just, I agree with you when I say, hey, bro, be the bad guy. You knew this was going to happen. You knew they was going to shut you down. You knew they was going to sit here and be up on the fence about it. You should have controlled your destiny.
And that's the point. He has nothing left to prove for his tenure in Milwaukee.
Not at all.
So what? In Milwaukee, he brought them a championship, and he's been Mr. Consistent.
I agree with you on that. Okay. But when we talk about Giannis, his mindset, see, it probably went over y'all head because I said a lot of stuff. But I said about 3 weeks ago, I said, oh, Giannis returned. This is his farewell tour. He's not doing it for the organization. He's doing it for the cities and the fans. The Milwaukee, go ahead, man.
Well, but what farewell to, I mean, if you're, the best they can probably hope for is being 9-10 in the standings, right? And so the Milwaukee Bucks are looking around and saying, we got to consider how the ping pong balls right now are going to fall.
And this is why, if you're Giannis, you look out for the best interests of Giannis, because guess what? The Milwaukee Bucks ain't saying we want to sit down Giannis to look out for the best interests of Giannis. They just want to sit down Giannis to look out for the best interests of the Milwaukee Bucks come draft time.
And let's be real, the farewell tour technically was soft rolled out ever since for the first time. Sean's was just here. What was it, about a year ago, where we heard there might be interest with him going to New York?
Yeah.
Once that happened, we knew one chapter was closing. So when he's on the floor, everything is a
No, but what I'm asking you, Shump and Malika and Shanae, is my definition of the farewell tour is because when he decided to come back, he know I had a better chance of losing 100 pounds by tomorrow than them getting into the play-in. So when I saw him coming back, I said, this is not about the organization.
Yeah.
This is more so him giving flowers by performing at a high level for the fans in the city.
And I see that. Like, Giannis, again, he has been that. We can all say that we know he's a loyal to the game guy. He's one of those guys
doesn't cheat the game
at all. And he does love Milwaukee. I could honestly say that, even though I know it's time for some pressure. Definitely, definitely time. But we definitely know he's one of those guys that y'all did a lot for me in this city, and I'm going to do a lot for y'all. I know I'm leaving, but before I get up out of here,
he'll go a couple
Isn't there like a meme like,
couple of those.
Is enough? Enough.
Well, and now they're tied with the Bulls for the 9th worst record in the NBA. That's not top 1, 2, 3 odds.
Bulls catching strays.
Going to be assisted on 45 of the Lakers' 100 points. LeBron added 18 on an efficient 7 of 13 from the field to go along with 5 rebounds, 5 assists. And the Lakers, now they're on a 6-game winning streak. And tonight, LeBron, KD, they square off once again here. Now, today is going to be the 32nd time that LeBron and Kevin Durant have met in the regular season in their careers. And this one's even more historic because they have over 75,000 regular season points combined. That is the most for any 2 opposing players all time. But that's not what they're going to be looking at. Tonight decides the season series. Shanae is wearing Rockets red. She knows it.
And sorry for a low.
Don't do that.
We haven't even started, guys. Katie said he's the offense, right? Just gonna look at Shump. Shump is the adult in the room, and that is saying something. But the offense was really tested on Monday. What adjustments do you want to see KD and the Rockets make here?
Well, for KD, I think it's knowing that double team's coming, or you might see it. Not having Goonie the other day, that kind of hurt him. I saw him doing. It wasn't that the turnovers that he was having. It was that they were unaggressive turnovers that had nothing to do with making a play. It's just trying to understand what to do with the double team. KD knows he should never have done that, but, at least he went in that press conference and cleaned it up. I expect a really aggressive start for him tonight.
Yeah, look, I agree, but KD also, he can't be the primary ball handler, right? And he got to put himself in position. Ime has to put himself in position and put him at that damn nail where he can't be double. If Ahmed Thompson and those guys can't bring the damn ball up, and just watch right here. Here you go right here, prime example. KD moving without the ball. Right here, the little drive circle action. All of a sudden he cuts, he gets to his spot right at the nail. He's knocking that down. And then we take another action right here. Set a little screen, fighting for position. All of a sudden, they set another one. He gets the switch. He plants his feet in the ground. And all of a sudden, you can't double right here.
Nope.
Look at the space.
Channel drill.
You got one man in the corner. Now all of a sudden, KD go to work. Quick spin, rises over the top. He's 6'11", 7 foot, 7'1", whatever it is. And then this butter. So again, stop bringing up the ball. They're going to send a double. They're going to fire every single time. Get the man at the nail and let him go to work.
But he also got to do the straight line drives. Like, even if you see a double team coming, I know KD knows. You see the double team coming, the closeout man coming, attack that man. Attack that man, Joe. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
I'm going to bring it both together because what you said, Shump, is so true. It's not just the double team. It's where you're getting doubled and the catch. Because Nikola Jokic, he always gets double teamed, but he's on the three-point line. On your plays, KD was on the three-point line before. He was getting doubled once they bum rushed him at half court. That has to be an adjustment. Reed Shepherd, Amen Thompson, and then also, most importantly, Alperen Sengun. I was on SportsCenter when Tim McMahon shared that he's likely to play.
He's back.
Alperen Sengun, he is back. That's important because he can also bring the ball up.
Right.
But they just got to fight back. The Rockets have to fight back.
He provides an outlet for the double team, right? He's a good passer. He can make the next pass, and that's something that the Houston Rockets didn't have last outing.
Yeah, the biggest question was decision-making when KD released the ball, and it was just questionable. But Alperen Sengun, he is someone that we have compared to greats when it comes to passing. But on the other side, honestly, you guys, I was very impressed with the Lakers defense. Now, I know it's a small sample size, and we're seeing the guys warm up right now.
Yeah, this was today, and Alperen Sengun not on the injury report. So as Tim McMahon mentioned, good to go in this one. So it's good to see him out in that practice footage. But yeah, the Lakers side of all of this, they are on a 6-game winning streak, and we were talking about the fact that it's kind of a real winning streak at this point.
It's okay, so two things. One, defensively, this was impressive. Not only to force Kevin Durant to have 7 turnovers and have a strategy that worked, but over, I think, the last 10 or so games, the Lakers have had, I think, like the 6th best defense in this span compared to where they are in the year, which is 20th. So finally, they're getting the buy-in, not just when it comes to defense, but also it seems like they're kind of accepting their roles because they've shifted to where LeBron James has not really gotten to the last, 25 or 27 points. It's like been more 20, and that might be better for Luka and Austin Reeves.
Well, to be honest with you, J.J. Redick is coaching his ass off. I give him a lot of heat, but I'm going to give him his flowers right now, too, as well. When you talk about guys buying into their roles, when you look at a LeBron James right now, he has accepted his role of being the 3rd primary ball handler to Luka and Austin Reeves. That's why he's leading the league in transition points. Because now he's saying, you know what? Y'all handle the rock. I'm going to get out on the break and receive these outlet passes.
Who better to have receiving those passes than LeBron James?
Right.
And you know what I like about this? The question for the Lakers that I have, right? Of course, every time you see a run like this, you wonder about, okay, but how is it going to translate when it matters most? How is it going to translate to the playoffs?
That's the thing.
Right, and this type of mini-series where you play a team twice, back-to-back, I have questions about how their defense holds up.
They'll beat them,
4
Malika.
straight games.
They'll beat them. The problem is they're still in the second round, and it's not a big knock on them because they're just looking up to OKC and the Spurs.
Hold on, Perk. Okay.
All right, let's get to some women.
Wait, but can we make a further assessment after this next game when Sengun plays?
Okay.
Thank you. The next word has to be bet.
We don't run around the studio.
The woman who has been covering this for us, Alexa Philippou, she joins us now. Alexa, you've been all over this story. You've been reporting on this for the last few days and the last several weeks and months. What more can you tell us on how a deal finally came together here?
Yeah, Malika, well, it took over 100 hours of bargaining over the past week in Midtown Manhattan. Some crazy long hours. You had 4 players that were in and out from the executive committee. You had the staffs of both sides, the council on both sides that were hard at work. But it did always feel like this was a matter of when and not if a deal would get done. And you see now this footage of both sides celebrating in that meeting room at the Langham Hotel shortly after 2:20 a.m. this morning, being able to finally come to verbal agreement on these really transformational terms for a new collective bargaining agreement. And then both sides were able to come and share the news with the reporters in the lobby of the hotel shortly before 3 a.m. And you could just feel that they were relieved, they were exhausted, but also really recognized the historic nature of this deal.
Relieved, exhausted, historic, understandably so on all of those. Those are your adjectives. WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert, she called this deal a fair win-win for all. But there's still some steps, Alexa, right, that need to be taken to actually put pen to paper here. What are those steps?
Right, so a term sheet has to be completed. That could happen as soon as today. And then there is actually the ratification process. The actual CBA has to be written by, the lawyers and the people who are able to do that. And then the deal has to be ratified by both the player body. That would be a simple majority that would have to technically say, yes, we're taking this deal. And then also the WNBA Board of Governors. Assuming that all goes as planned, that could take another few weeks. And so that's why when you're looking at potential dates for the rest of the offseason activity, it could be that we're seeing that happen in April. So right now there's a proposed schedule that we saw from a few weeks ago that was given out to the front offices around the league. And that proposed schedule, again, this is not finalized because we have to make sure we get that ratification process completed first, is that the expansion draft could happen as, maybe around April 6th. Then you could see free agency going from April 7th to the 18th. Training camp is set to start on time. Kathy Engelbert did say on April 19th. So long story short, buckle up, WNBA fans, because the fun is just beginning.
Yes, now that the paperwork is finally being agreed upon and signing, the games and fun can continue. Alexa, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for sacrificing your sleep, for your reporting on this over the last several months. We really, really appreciate it. Now it's time for you to go and take a little bit of a nap here. WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert, she did release a statement, and this is what she said in part, quote, "We have aligned on key elements of a new collective bargaining agreement together." This is what Alexa just said. It underscores a shared commitment to the continued growth of the game. We're very proud to be leading women's sports. These players, they're amazing. And we're going to have an amazing 30th season that is tipping off in May. Shanae, there is a deal in place. What is your reaction specifically to the terms that we are seeing here?
First of all, a sigh of relief.
Right.
This CBA still needs, though, to be voted on by both the owners and the players. But looking at the terms, this is historic. First, there is a huge jump in the salary cap going from $1.5 million last year to $7 million moving forward. This is nearly 5 times larger than the previous high. Next, let's look at the salary structure for the players.
Wow.
Let's start here at the Supermax. $1.4 million. Previously, this was $249,000. Moving up to the average salary, $600K. Before, $125K.
Wow.
Now to the minimum, $300K. And this was important because they wanted to make sure all players were reflected. Previously, this was $66K. But this right here is the big number, 20%. Most importantly, revenue share is near 20% for the first time. Salaries are truly tied in a meaningful way to league revenue. That's what they were fighting for in the last few days. And this is what makes the deal so historic. It sets the stage for women's pro sports moving forward. And lastly, the next few days, keep an eye on more of these types of things.
Okay.
News surrounding housing, retirement benefits, facilities, family planning benefits. That's the real wins for women in sport and women in the workplace. One word to really describe what's going on: transformational.
Yes, transformational is a good one, and it is also a table setter, as you said, for the rest of women's sports, for leagues around the world really looking, saying, okay, how can we come to the table? This is something that the WNBPA fought for and finally came to terms on with the league. This is truly historic. And with the CBA now settled and the season's on the horizon, there's still a lot to take shape, right, Shanae, between now and May 8th, and this is fluid. It's fluid.
Overdrive. They're going in overdrive.
This is what we expect. We have confirmed dates for free agency, expansion draft in the coming days. So, yes, we have talked a lot about the clerical and the paperwork and the terms. Now we get to talk about the games and the fun and why we love sports. We cannot wait for the WNBA season to get underway here. Shifting to the NBA, last night there was a little bit of a thunderstorm. They became the first team to officially clinch a playoff spot, so let's get to the highlight here. We call him Shea Butter for a reason because he's smooth. 4 minutes left in the first quarter here. SGA.
I mean, that's what he do.
Setting the tone early.
Contested shots, he makes those.
AJ Mitchell, a little bounce pass there to Chet Holmgren for the slam. Isaiah Hartenstein gets the ball.
Boy.
Big to big alley-oop.
See you there. Good pass, boy.
Going ahead to the third quarter here. 8 minutes left in the third here, Shump. SGA gets it into the paint.
Hey.
Just nudges his way inside with the jumper.
Can't give me that room.
Smooth shot there by the reigning MVP. And then a few plays later here, Paolo Banchero goes at SGA, spins his way inside. That's what you want to see from Banchero. Finding SGA, who's in his house. Paolo. Under 4 minutes left in the third. SGA coast to coast. Easy. Tough shot there by SGA. 2 minutes left in the third. Banchero barreling through Alex Caruso there.
I ain't gonna lie. You keep playing like that.
Using the size to his advantage.
Yeah.
Next play, SGA drives all the way to the basket.
I need this.
And plus the foul. Making sure his bench saw that too. He said, y'all clock that? All right, under 9 minutes left in the fourth. Watch Mitchell here. He's been so good for them when he's healthy. Pivot. Gets his way inside in the paint for the bucket. Nice shot there by Mitchell. And then under 4 minutes left.
Gotta get him out the middle of the floor.
Well, officially clutch time. You knew that was coming, right? Steps back, knocks down the three. And then under 2 minutes left in the fourth. spins on Jalen Suggs.
It's like,
Too
you gotta
easy.
watch your film.
OKC gets the win, 113-108, and they're the first team to clinch a playoff berth. The reigning champs, they are looking to go back-to-back. We haven't had repeat champs, the 2017-18 Warriors, but if any team feels like they could, it's probably the Thunder, right, Shanae? What stands out on film?
What stands out is that the Oklahoma City Thunder have been standing on business. It's time to go shot for shot. Little this. I know we don't have the box anymore, but it's all good because these two have truly been doing damage. I'm going to take the guards because I'm more guard skill oriented than Kendrick Perkins, and he will handle the post. Let's talk about SGA, who's currently averaging 31.7 points per game. But most importantly, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. Run the tape, direct the map, because in these pick and roll scenarios, he eats. He does not settle for threes, only when it comes to game winners. Beautiful screen. You see that stance on the screen? Then he attacks. He is 6'6". It does not matter. Going up against Paolo Banchero, who's 6'10" and has muscle on him. He kisses it off the glass. Did you see the little celebration later? Again, more pick and roll scenarios where he loses the ball, he gets it back. Beautiful connection. Now, the Thunder have multiple three-point shooters, but they also have great spacing. Here he's going to attack. The defense can't even really double team him here. He's going downhill. You don't leave a three-point shooter, and instead he finishes and kisses it off the glass. SGA is the favorite for MVP for these reasons, but also
Jesus Christ.
Walk into your trap and take over your trap. I don't know who's that. That has to be Jason Joseph, our researcher.
Yeah.
But look at the road splits this season. It's phenomenal. 32 points per game, shooting near 60%.
Wow.
47% from three. And free throws, yes, I know y'all gonna talk about it. Don't matter. He makes them. His work is undeniable as a guard, but I know you'll take over the post, Perk.
Well, you know, he is the Batman, but in order to repeat and win another championship, you need a Robin. No J-Dub right now. We don't know when he's going to come back or how he's going to look. So I'm looking at Chet Holmgren right now to step up and fill that role. First-time All-Star. Here's the versatility of Chet. Even when they go with a big, double big lineup, check him out with his spacing. But the thing that he has gotten better at is moving without the basketball. Right now, Banchero turns his back. All eyes on Isaiah Hartenstein. Watch Chet make this hellified backdoor cut, big to big pass. Should have been an and one, but tough finish at the basket. Here it go again. Activity, movement, just moving without the basketball. Quick action, dribble handoff. He said he slips, he rolls to the basket. I love it when Chet make love to the paint.
Oh, good.
Get 2 feet in the paint. In order for the Oklahoma City Thunder to get where they're trying to go, especially with Wemby in the Western Conference, Chet is going to have to elevate and continue to play at that level.
And this was the improvement. Look at the layups and dunks. This season, he has gone up second best in the NBA, 74%. Was that?
See, hey, look, you put them heels together, and damn it, we made magic.
I think you said Shep on making love to the paint. Usually, it's Shanae that's bringing the numbers. I got a couple for you here, okay? Because I can't say what Perk just said. OKC, they won 9 straight, right? We all know that. SGA, he's now the first player with 800 points, 55% from the field goal range, 45% three-point range over a 25-game span.
Wow.
So when you're talking about a killer like that in clutch time of games, when you're watching this Thunder team, Amon, what are you saying, what stands out to you?
I think the thing that stands out is, one, their bench. They always bring their bench in, and they like to mix things up. They continue to push the envelope the whole game and play within a team offense, right? But then when you look at their defense, they continue to bother you with size. They continue to make sure that they're getting deflections. They make sure they help the helper, and it looks like they have fun doing it. When you're dealing with a team like that, anything that's good offense on this side, it brings energy to the team, it brings energy to the crowd, and then when you get out on that breakaway, it makes things a lot more easy on the offensive end. So I just see them having fun together. I see, now you see Caruso getting there, mixing it up. They make plays together, and they play for each other. And at the end of the game, you know you have to deal with SGA in the channel.
You called them something earlier. He called them professional winners.
That's what, they play professional winning.
Yeah.
That's what they do. And I'm saying their team reminds me sometimes of how San Antonio did, where it's like, you might not be impressed with how we do it, but you know we're going to beat them by 8.
And you better respect it.
Respect it.
Just one follow-up. Have you ever made love to the paint?
I have never.
I remember
used
we
that
are on
terminology,
Disney Airways.
Ooh, do I love getting 2 feet in the paint.
Well, Perk, it's Wednesday. The Thunder jacket may be coming out sooner rather
Yeah,
than later.
I thought about bringing it out, but I'm still sticking to my guns because San Antonio is showing me a lot. I don't know what J-Dub is going to look like, but I'm going to say this. Still to this day, the Oklahoma City Thunder are deeper than the Pacific Ocean. When you look at their bench guys,
Pacific Ocean?
I don't know, but damn it, it's deep. Caruso, you look at Case and Wallace, all of these guys they could be starters on any other team or should be starters. That's how deep they are.
Yep.
So when Shump is talking about they professional winners, but it's also playing agenda-free basketball and guys being happy for another person's success. We used to use the terminology in Ubuntu. Because I can't be great unless you want me to be great.
Right.
And so that's when we see the towels, the interviews, the praising of Shea. Like that right there, that's what, you know what I'm saying, that's what winning look like.
Yeah, I mean, that's really what it, what it comes down to. J-Dub out again, just some housekeeping here against the Nets. And you could see the ways in which they could use him, right?
Yeah.
Julius Randle's dropping 30 on them. That's the type of defense you could be using him for. All right, coming up, no more of those terms, please. Big win for the Knicks, the Pistons last night. The Hornets are joining the party. Janae, are they winning you over yet? Buzz.
Yeah, slow and steady.
Slow and steady. Plus, we have Lakers Rockets 2.0 in Houston. KD, he took the blame on Monday. Amon, how are
As
you?
he should.
Maybe he's getting some help.
ESPN Tournament Challenge. You can
Still got
download
my
the
bracket.
ESPN Tournament Challenge app. Who'd you pick
Arizona.
to make them win? Men's. Who's women? The women's? Who do you have women?
I mean, someone's got to knock UConn off, but they're looking good.
All right, well, this year's bracket is also going to feature one of the most loaded draft classes the NBA has ever seen. The madness, though, tipped off last night. The first 4 in Dayton. Tremont Mark, did you guys see this?
Left
The
it
game-winning
too.
shot, 1.1 seconds left.
Get to your spot.
To beat NC State. So Texas now advances to the round of 64. They're going to face BYU. We mentioned that deep draft class. Freshman superstar A.J. Debinsa, who leads the nation in scoring. But before we get to the field of 64, how about we do a quick top of the top here? These are the best buzzer beaters of all time by future NBA players, all right? So let's go to the 2021 semifinal game. The game is tied at 90. Go Zags.
I remember this one.
Hey, off the glass.
Jalen Suggs puts it up from just past half court. And then the Zags move on to the national championship. And yeah, he had to jump on top of the scorer's table. And then at number 2, 98, UConn down 1. Several misses, but Rip Hamilton.
Ping pong.
Finally gets it and
You gotta
scores.
be mad giving up all those offensive rebounds and not getting those second effort plays.
That's how I felt watching the Lakers and Rockets the other day. All right, at number 1, this is possibly the greatest play in college basketball history here.
The shake.
Christian
He caught that
Laettner.
and did a whole post move.
And the
That's
rest
a dream
is
shake
history.
right there. Yeah.
Moves on to the Final Four and goes on to win the championship. But you know we had to have a bonus, right? In 2018,
Oh, my gosh,
Arika
cold-blooded.
Agumbawale.
Arike.
Ice cold.
Cold-blooded.
Because that was for the Natty. And just now, Sean, you just detailed it. This is one of the most exciting, one of the deepest draft classes that we've seen in a very long time. And the spotlight, it does not get much brighter than March. March is here. So of these top teams, who do you think is the most at stake when you're looking at this tournament?
I think it's Darren Peterson. I think there's still a lot of questions for him. And the biggest question, by the way, is Kansas is 14-8 in the 22 games in which he has played. He's got to lead them not only in scoring, but lead them to wins. If you want to have a legacy in one season in that storied program, this is the stage to show up. This is the stage to buy in. This is the stage to provide energy and, most importantly, win. Because when you're done and you lose this time, there's not another game in that uniform, and you're just getting ready for the June draft.
Darren Peterson is a name that we've been hearing a lot over the last couple of months. But do you think, is there a prospect that you think can really make a name for himself this week?
I'll give you one. Santa Clara recently hadn't had any tradition in finding first-round picks, and then it's J-Dub from OKC, and then it's Brandon Pajemski from the Golden State Warriors, and now they've got a kid by the name of Allen Graves. A lot of people don't know about him. He was the 2024 Gatorade Player of the Year for Louisiana. He plays a great job with his back to the basket. He's got versatility to stretch from the outside at 6'9", and most importantly, his stock rate is amongst the best in college basketball. The steals and block rate that the NBA scouts absolutely love. He makes winning plays, and he does it in a low usage rate. Coming off the bench over the last 4 games or 5 games, he's averaged almost 15 points per game, shooting 56% from the field and 47% from 3. They'll need him in their first-round matchup against Kentucky, but he's a name to watch when we get closer to June as a guy that will most likely go through the draft process, like what he hears, and if he shows out well, especially in his workouts, is going to climb his way into the first round of the NBA draft.
Interesting, climbing his way into the first round. All right, so those are some of the players, but how about the teams? Because I know there's a couple people at home, and we're not judging, right? But you haven't completed your bracket, right? Right. Well, that's part of the reason why Sean is here. So let's run through some rapid fire, if we could here. Some advice. Give us a first-round upset that you're going to be watching. Yes, I have a pen and paper to take notes for my own bracket.
Go with South Florida, especially with Michael Brown Jr. not playing for Louisville this weekend. Their point production drops a ton when he's not out on the floor. It hurts them defensively. And Isaiah Nelson and Wes Enos are 2 guys that can really score the ball for Coach Hodgson's squad. In fact, Nelson's basically a walking double-double. He's going to impact the game. This is a team that wants to play fast. This is a team that is disruptive at the defensive end of the floor, averaging almost 8.5 steals per game as a team. They like to score out in front of the opponent's defense. Louisville at times can get a little loose with that basketball. I think that's an upset to keep an eye on, especially without Michael Brown Jr.
Sean, thank you so much for that insight and the help with our brackets. Some of us are going to need it. We appreciate it, and we will see you soon. Hey, coming up here on NBA Today, Jason Tatum, the takeover in Boston continues. You're not going to want to miss what